Hey bros, welcome back to another episode of Porch Time with Pastor B. Listen, on this week's episode, I wanted to interview a good friend of mine, Adam. Some of you guys know Uncle Adam. He's the director of our men's program. So Steve sat down with him a couple of days ago to just catch up with him and ask him about what God's been teaching him. So just a word of warning before you watch this. There's going to be some images that are troubling on there. You're going to notice Adam wearing some things that might be inappropriate for work. And I'm tempted to say something negative, but my Cowboys got embarrassed yesterday, so I'm not going to say anything. But anyways, enjoy this interview with Steve and Uncle Adam. And until next time, kids, see ya.
Hey, thanks, B. I'm sitting on the porch with our director of the men's program, Adam Scott.
What's
Adam,
up?
Look at how good he looks in his Falcon stuff. What's going on tonight?
They're playing Philadelphia in Philadelphia, so first game of the NFL. So I'm hoping they'll win and get the first win of the season. I'm hoping anyway.
Nice.
So I'm representing.
Nice. Well, y'all have asked for more staff to be on these videos, so Adam has been dying to be on Porch Time. We yanked him right out of his office and stuff, but I know God's been working a lot in your life. So what's been going on with Adam Scott? What's he been teaching you? What's your journey looked like? Because I know every time we get out of here, life is not rosy for any of us.
That's right.
And I've always got encouragement from talking to you, and I know a lot of you guys have been encouraged by talking to you while they're in the program. So always appreciate your honesty and vulnerability.
Thank you.
I've always appreciated that about our relationship. But what's been going on lately?
Well, so some of the things that God's really been teaching me these past couple weeks is I've really been having some issues at home. And with that being said, I've really had to trust God and rely on Him in a lot of the things that I've been doing in my own personal life and even outside of that. But I've really had to learn to just trust in Him. And one of the things that I do, and one of the ways that I do that is I always tell God, like, if there's a situation that I'm facing, I always say, God, if you want that door to remain open, leave it open. If not, close it. And I would say the majority of the time, God tends to always lean to either closing it or open it, to giving me the opportunity or the answer that I need moving forward. But I wouldn't say it's always as easy as that. But just getting through some of the struggles in my own life, my own personal stuff, I've really had to trust God. And even when things don't seem fair and they don't seem right at all, I just had to persevere through that. It's been a difficult ride this season for me, but I'm just continuing to remain to trust in God and have Him help me through these hard times. So.
Yeah, I can. The other night, it reminds me of being in my walking free group, and we're reading that book, The Cure, and especially the first chapter, and the guys started saying, I don't know if I really trust God. Because when I hear you say trust God, I mean, we've grown up in the church, we know, hey, that's just the answer to everything, just trust God.
Yeah.
But when it comes down to it, sometimes we just don't really, we don't want to put our eggs in that basket, because as an addict, I'm like, no, I need to know the answers, I need to be able to see what's happening, I can't cross a ravine that I can't see a way to get across. And I'm always talking to my boys, and it reminds me of that Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom movie. And he's being chased by something, and there's this chasm, and he's doesn't know what to do, and he throws some dirt out, and there's this invisible bridge.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, and you can just see the fear in his eyes, like, this doesn't make sense.
Yep.
I should fall right down there, but he runs across there, and in a way that's kind of like what God wants us to do.
Sure, absolutely. I mean, He wants us to continue to, look to Him, and continue to follow in His footsteps, even when we don't feel like doing that. Obedience for me is a big thing, even when I don't feel like being obedient. When I'm called to just be obedient to Him, it seems like He's just able to open doors that I didn't expect to open. So definitely, again, the perseverance, being obedient to His call, and just following after Him. And
it's not an easy thing. I mean, we need guys around us to speak that truth, because it's really easy to go, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
It's more comfortable for me to not have to deal with that, because for me it brings anxiety.
Yeah.
And if I've got anxiety going on, that means I'm lacking faith.
Yeah.
If you got dog tags, pull it out on here. I mean, the one that we have is George Mueller saying, the beginning of anxiety is the end of faith.
Absolutely.
And the end of true faith is the beginning of is the beginning of anxiety.
Yeah, because I mean, even in the sense of trusting God, is we have to trust that God's working in the lives of those around us.
Right.
And you know, with Pastor B and with Brooke, they've helped me a lot this season. You know, being able to give me a better perspective on some of the ways that I live my life or even walk in my life. So I'm very grateful and honored to work with those guys.
You're not just saying that because we're recording.
No,
and Dee's probably
no.
going to watch this.
No,
I mean,
no.
You really do mean that.
No, I genuinely
Okay.
mean. I really.
Y'all have a
appreciate
lot
it.
of fun over there, but
Oh,
obviously you're
absolutely.
involved in each other's lives too.
Absolutely. You know, because they, you know, it always says to seek wise counsel, and Brooke and Brian always seem to have the right words to say when I'm struggling at times, and I help them in the same sense. So we have a good Trinity net over there that we work with.
Nice.
So.
Nice. Well, guys, I hope you will be encouraged. I don't always get it right. I've been dealing a lot with anxiety lately, and Adam's charge here to what God's been doing in his life is a good reminder for all of us. It's not easy. Reach out to a guy today.
Yep.
Send him a text, pick up the phone, find out where they're at, because I got a phone call the other day from someone I'd been thinking about, and he called me, and I'm thinking, why didn't I pick up the phone first and call him? Because there's a guy sitting there that needs some encouragement, and you might be the one to offer that, and vice versa. I mean, I can always use encouragement, I know you can, and it's just good to be around. So reach out to someone, and I want to take a moment just for a little news and update. We are doing an event in November. You're probably going to go, oh, really? What's going on? November 2nd at Woodstock City Church. If you're local and in the area, we are doing our first of what will be many to come. We're calling it Celebrating Freedom.
Oh, sweet.
It is not a fundraising event.
Good.
It is an event where we can gather as a family. So Trek alumni, their wives, our givers, our church partners. We already have an awesome worship leader coming, Jordan Lloyd from True North Church.
Awesome.
Pastor B and I will host it. It is to do nothing other than praise and give God glory and thanksgiving for what he's done through our lives, to transform lives of Trek alum. And so come. Great desserts from Chef Dave.
Awesome. Yeah, you know it's got to be good then.
So that's Friday night, November 2nd from 7 to 9. I hope you guys can make it. You'll be hearing more about it. You either get a postcard in the mail or an email and stuff like that. But we're sitting here in early September and want to make sure you guys got that in your calendar. So
Absolutely.
Be looking for that. B, thanks for the opportunity to fill in for you. And we'll see you guys next time on Porch Time with Adam Scott. Porch Time with Pastor B. See you guys.